Welcome, everybody, to the newest episode of the Anthem of Impact Wrestling show. Sorry that I'm so, disheveled and everything. Hold on, 1 second. Yeah. Quarantine beer. Anyway, alright, so I know it's been a very long time since I've been on here and I've been doing things. A lot of times, I want to get back on here. I just know it's a lot of work. And a lot of times, I just can't put in that work. There are nights that I get motivated to want to do it. And then it comes time to do it and I just can't. Sometimes things pop up and everything. But anyway, overall, but now here I am, right? I'm quarantined. I am a chef. For people that watch my old videos, you know that. For people that are new, and hopefully maybe I'll get some new people here watching this, I am a chef. I graduated from Le Cordon Bleu. I have been currently here in the St. Louis area, been the food service director for the university, Logan University. It's a chiropractic school, health sciences school, sports sciences school here in the St. Louis area, specifically in Chesterfield, Missouri. So a lot of my time gets tied up there. And a lot of times it'll be, I think I have time to do it, and then an event will pop up and I've got to go work the event, and then therefore I can't record, so it's been a long time. But I've been off since the the 7th of March, and so it's been a little bit. I gotta find some other things to do. I love pro wrestling. You guys can see behind me, I got a lot of stuff. So maybe this might be permanent. I don't think it's going to be permanent, but I do love pro wrestling. I love Impact Wrestling. And maybe I can do some of this stuff. Maybe do some reviews, maybe do some short videos, just kind of talk about some random newsworthy things about pro wrestling as a whole, and do some of this stuff and have a good time and give me a few things to do, right? Anyway, so tonight has been the night of Impact Wrestling. Tonight is Rebellion Night 1. So what are my thoughts? My thoughts are overall, I loved tonight's episode. I have been saying this for a long time. And if anybody follows me on my actual personal Twitter account at Chef Jason, you might know this. I can't remember every time that I've really posted, but the one thing I cannot stand about the WWE way of recording these empty arena shows is they constantly show the no fans in the arena. On top of that, they also let their announcers just go silent for a good chunk of time. And it's just, it's insane to me that they do that. AEW. I love the way AEW has actually been broadcasting their empty arena shows. I love the fact that they put other wrestlers that aren't performing around ringside. It gives a good ambience to the show. They still let them cheer. It makes the show seem more just kind of at ease. Everybody's just out there having fun. It's a good fun time. Hey, you know what? We're having fun, so come join us and have some fun kind of thing. I do like that. But at the same time, the way they actually show the matches, it kind of throws me off. It's also still a little boring at times. But I do prefer, if I'm just looking at the two big names that everybody are talking about right now, between AEW and WWE, yeah, I would much rather see the AEW product. So now fast forward to the way Impact is broadcasting this tonight. Perfect. If you're not going to have the random wrestlers on the sides to boo, shout out random things, whatever, this is exactly how you should do it. You still let the actual communication that's going on in the ring. You still allow, the sounds so then you can hear the impact, you can, of the moves, you can, all that stuff. But that should be in the foreground. Or not foreground. That should be in the background. Allow the commentating to be in the foreground, to be up front in the foreground. That's what you hear mainly is the commentators. And the commentators aren't, they're constantly talking. So they're not letting a whole lot of just dead air come across. That's what I've liked about this show overall. That's one thing. I watched WrestleMania, and it drove me nuts over both nights. Because I'm a person, I haven't really kept up with WWE as far as a weekly television show. Even whenever they had fans, it just wasn't that intriguing. So, I really haven't watched it, but I was like, you know what? This is one of the first kind of big pay-per-views, and it's a WrestleMania. So I still had my network subscription, mainly just because I love watching old WCW stuff, because that's what I grew up watching anyway. And then every once in a while, I like watching some of their documentaries or the Broken Skull sessions and stuff like that. But, so, I watched WrestleMania, and I was so disappointed because a lot of these matches I want to see, and I think a lot of the matches actually were still pretty good, but just the way the commentary just would go dead for a while, they had no sense of how to commentate for any of this. So it would go silent for a while, and then you would just hear them do, the people in the ring do their random smack talk, and their smack talk was just cringe and terrible. So that's what I loved about this. They let that be in the background. The foreground, the main thing you heard on the telecast was Josh and Madison. So let me start with that. That's a good segue. The commentating, Josh and Madison. I've really liked their chemistry. I mean, obviously they're married. I do miss Don Callis. Don's just, he's great. I know a lot of people don't like it, especially, BQ from the Impact Lounge. He absolutely hates Don Callis anymore. And that's fine. He can do that. I don't care. I don't bring up his name to throw shade on him or anything like that. But Madison's been doing a really good job. Compare what she's been doing here the last couple weeks to, I don't know if that was the GFW-ish, the Jeff Jarrett era. I can't remember when it was that they had her come on for only knockout stuff. At that point in time, she was not polished. She was not doing a very good job. But compare that to what she's doing here these last couple weeks. It's amazing. She's been doing a really good job. One thing that I do agree with BQ from the Impact Lounge is, and I've listened to it as well. I've picked this up as well, that BQ has picked it out. Josh's commentary as play-by-play guy has basically just turned into ask your analyst question after question after question after question. Sometimes they have to do with the match, sometimes they don't. He might stop and randomly call a pinfall. But that's about it. And I remember whenever Josh first joined Impact, and he did the first couple shows with Taz, and then Taz left, so then Josh did it by himself. And I remember at that time thinking, man, Josh is like the next Joey Styles-esque type of commentator. He could do it on his own and make it seem exciting and do, really call the match intensely. So I don't know where that direction's going. It is unfortunate that he just is kind of turned into a interviewer of some sort. I know it's not full blown, but like I would like to see him just straight up call a match and then let that analyst, whether it be Don Callis, D'Lo, Scott D'Amore, Madison, depending on whatever show it is, whether it's Impact Plus or a Twitch special or on Access, it doesn't matter to me. Whoever it is, yeah, like let them chime in with their analytical things to say, but let Josh call the match like an actual play-by-play guy. I would agree with BQ on that. I do think that's how it needs to go. But regardless, I think tonight he didn't do that as much. And their commentary was good. It was very entertaining. They kept it going. They didn't have any dead spots. They kept, they made every match interesting and very good. So I guess let's start going through the matches, right? I was actually really surprised that this was the first match, but cool. I guess everything kind of changes whenever you're wrestling in front of no crowd. Like, you don't have to worry about okay, you want to have a match that starts off, gets the crowd going, and blah, blah. So, that's all good. But I love the first match. It was OVE, Dave J. Christ and Madman Fulton versus EC Dub, kind of, Tommy Dreamer, Rhino, and surprise mystery partner, the return of Crazy Steve. Oh my God, did I mark the fuck out for this one? That was awesome. I love seeing Crazy Steve back, and I tweeted it out. And God, I hope it is true that Crazy Steve is in Impact Wrestling to stay. I don't want this just to be a one-off appearance. I would love to see Crazy Steve back in Impact Wrestling. And I'm not even talking about, like, to get back with Rosemary or anybody else. No, just, like, I would love to see Crazy Steve back, period. Have him with the X Division and do things. I think he's an amazing talent. He's a really good wrestler. He's been doing amazing things on the indies, and bring him back in and have some cool things with it. I would love to see that. I think this match was very entertaining. It was good. The team EC Dub won. I don't know if that's what you want to call them, but I'm calling it that. And that's fine. I've always thought for a while, especially the Chris brothers themselves, especially at a time where the tag team division isn't super stacked. I'm not saying like there's no good teams, but it's definitely not to the point where Impact Wrestling tag team division is usually known, right? And I think the Chris brothers together would really bolster the actual tag team division. If you take the North, you pair them with the Chris brothers, and then Triple XL and Reno Scum and TJP and or TJP Falaba and the Rascals. Now you've got a really sick tag team division. But as it is, I at least understand where they're going with OVE. They've now brought up their whole losing streak. They brought up how they're lost without Sammy. So they're clearly I don't know if it's been the plan the whole time or not, but at least now they are, at least now they are bringing up this story. So at least maybe now they do have a plan, and a destination where they're going with this. So, there's a lot of people on Twitter that keep complaining about OVE. Oh, they lost again. Well, okay, but they clearly have a story here to go. Like, I think they have a plan. So I'm not mad that OVE lost. Some other people are, and that's fine. I don't see why there's a need to get mad. I think they have a story in place, and I can't wait to see it unfold. Which later on in the night, I think we saw a little bit more of that unfold as well. So again, I apologize if I'm out of order. I didn't write any notes. This is just a straight gut reaction. This is just a straight, shooting from the hip, brother. And so anyway, so next we have the triple threat tag team match. Triple XL, TJP and Fallah Bahh, and Dez and Zach Wentz from the Rascals. Love the Rascals. So going into this match, totally thought it was TJP and Fallah Bahh, right? Because I think that was the plan going in initially to this pay-per-view. It was going to be the North versus TJP and Fallah Bahh. And this is basically a rematch from what we just saw last week on Impact, just minus Reno Scum. And I'm guessing we just didn't see Reno Scum because, well, Thornstowe is an actual nurse. He's kind of busy right now. And clearly we didn't get the one-on-one tag team match because the North are stuck in Canada due to the borders being closed down. This match was amazing. This match was great. This was way better than the 4-way match last week, which I still enjoyed, but this match was really good. I mean, just the pacing, the different moves, just the way they paired up with each other, great. I actually remember looking over my wife during this match and went, oh my God, I want to see this match. And it was TJP versus Dez. A Dez and TJP one-on-one match. I mean, how good would that be? And then you put like the X Division title on top of that. What a great. Sorry, excuse me. I'm burping a lot. Been, like I said, I've been drinking. Also, just throw it out there. Again, a little segue, but it's kind of a sidebar segue. If you do like to drink beer, I like to do what I call the wrestling drinking game. And sometimes it's kind of how I get some of my non-wrestling friends to like wrestling. So we will sit there and we'll just kind of have some drinks. And what we do is we'll bet on the matches. So again, since usually I'm the only one that kind of knows the storylines, I know the inside, I kind of know what's going to happen. I mean, I could still be wrong because I don't know that much inside, but, I watch it week to week, so I usually have kind of an understanding what probably the story is going to go. So I'll let all my friends pick who's going to win the match. And then whoever gets the match right, you're good. You get the match wrong, you take a shot. So, if anybody out there is watching this that you're trying to get some friends to enjoy wrestling and Impact Wrestling specifically, and you have some friends that drink alcohol, just, do it. Have a good time with it. But anyway, this match I thought was great. But I was I was super shocked at the winner of this because I figured it's an obvious thing. It's gonna be TJP and Fallah Bahh. That's who's gonna win because that's who was supposed to be in this match anyway. So they'll just win it again, and then whenever the North can travel back into the U.S., then boom. They'll have that match that they were supposed to have at Rebellion anyway. But no, the Rascals won. I was actually very happy. Not that, like, I didn't think TJP and Fallah Bahh should not be going after tag titles, but just, I'm such a fan of the Rascals. Love the Rascals. Love all the Rascals. They were really good. It was fun to watch. The whole match was just fun. So that was awesome to see the Rascals win that match. But then you got Willie Mack versus Ace Austin. Man, especially with like that whole interview going into the match, I started really thinking that they were going to do a whole Willie wins the title, Rich comes up to celebrate, Rich turns heel on Willie. And I really wanted to see that. I mean, how awesome would that be? A heel, cocky, dancing around still Rich Swann go after a babyface Willie Mack. Oh, that match would be so awesome. And look, it's not like I think that Ace Austin shouldn't be X Division champion, because Ace is still fucking amazing. Ace Austin is so ahead of where he should be at his age. It's insane. Ace Austin is a superstar. But Willie should get this title as well. I think Willie, and by the way, spoiler alert, Willie wins it. And Willie deserved it. Willie deserves to have that title, for sure. Have a title of some sort. Now, if they have like a television or a U.S. title, a North America, another kind of like mid-card belt that they could come up with, should Willie probably have that one instead? Sure. Or same thing would happen. Ace should go to that other title as well. But man, and I thought I was right too. Rich came out to celebrate, but then never turned heel. Maybe they do eventually. But I just started thinking, like, you know, why bring a guy that's injured? Why travel a guy that's injured? And to do these secret tapings if you're not going to do something with him. Now, again, we have another night of Rebellion, and then I think they did another 1 to 2 weeks worth of tapings after Rebellion at the set of tapings that they did in the close set there in Nashville. Maybe he does it on another episode. I don't know. But yeah, I'm hoping so, because that would be awesome to see a heel Rich Swann and then him and Willie really go at it. Man, that'd be great. Because I think Willie Mack, man, that dude is so talented. And he's got this random, it's almost like that Jeff Hardy it. Because Jeff has that it, he has that charismatic it. But Jeff was never really good on the mic, right? He could never really express that it about him. And Willie's kind of got that a little bit too. I wonder, like, I was actually telling my wife while we were watching this, I'm like, man, if you listen to some of the promos, like, he's almost there. And I wonder if you were, like, if I was sitting there in Impact Wrestling and I was giving direction, and I could give some good direction to Willie, I would be like, listen, keep your charisma, keep it short, keep it sweet. And what I would want to hear from Willie would be from Debo from the First Friday. Now, Debo's a little more deep voice. The guy that plays Debo, Tiny, whatever his name is, from Friday, that also did, like, he also wrestled as Zeus in the WWE and Z-Man or whatever it was. But anyway, Debo from Friday, I like kind of speak like him. And I know Willie doesn't have that deeper voice, but just take that same kind of cadence. You're already trying to portray that you're a dude from, South Central LA. a Compton dude, Chocolate Thunder, LA dude, with the pick, with the, the fro. So take that, take Debo from Friday, and then maybe try to deliver your promos short, sweet, to the point, with a little bit of authority. And I think that would fit his gimmick perfect. And then I think the sky's the limit for Willie Mack. I mean, he should be Impact Wrestling champion. He should be fucking WWE champion, AEW. I don't care what title's out there. That he should have that. And I'm so happy that he did get that X Division championship. So to see him contrast with dancing cocky, you turn that kind of gimmick with Rich Swann heel. I mean, I think it'd be great. So after that, you get, by the way, that match, Ace Austin versus Willie Mack, match of the night for me. Okay? Their next match, though, came up number 2. My second match of the night was Kylie Rae versus Kiera Hogan. Oh my God. Hard-hitting. Great. Good character building throughout the match. Good storytelling. You saw almost zero freaking botches. Now, could they have been edited out? Of course, right? These were all previously recorded. I get that. But, man, just a great match, man. What a great signing with Kylie. Akira's a freaking great up-and-comer. It's just a good, fun match. Kylie Rae won. That is exactly who should have won. Unfortunately, I don't think Kiera looks weak in that type of a loss. But unfortunately, it is unfortunate they put Kiera in that position to basically just, be a jobber in that situation. Hopefully they do have bigger plans for Kiera, because I think she could be a huge star. I would love to see Impact bring back knockout tag titles, and then put Kiera with her girlfriend Diamante, because I think a lot of Impact fans have been wanting Diamante back in Impact Wrestling. And again, I'm speaking not knowing any contract situations, not knowing any of that type of backstage stuff. But it would be fun, because you could put a lot of people together, or Kiera and Madison, you could put those two together, stuff like that. Maybe you could bring in other women out there that are on the indies to make tag teams. You can make a good women's tag division. But yeah, another really good match. I think Kylie looks strong. But at the same time, they didn't make Kylie look strong while making Kiera look weak. I think they both come out of the match looking pretty good. But then you go to the main event. Now, this is the match I've been looking forward to a lot, especially after last week's main event, with the contract signing and the way that they went cinematic with it, with the different, lights go off, the lights come back on. Now there's several men with that, face thing. Then they go back, and Ken Shamrock gets in the car, and it's still there, and they do these different kind of really cool cinematic things with the masks and everything else. And initially, whenever it was, they were wrestling and fighting right outside the ring, that was great. And they went back, and it was still pretty good. And then OVE shows up, start beating up Ken Shamrock. And then Sammy comes in and beats up OVE. And all that shit was really cool. The match overall was actually pretty cool. Why have Sammy lose? And not only that, why have him lose like he's passing out from the fucking ankle lock? I understand if anybody here watches history, they're like, well, you know, you go back and watch like Stone Cold pass out from the sharp shooter. Can I speak? Sharp shooter from Bret Hart. Well, yeah, but he got bloodied up. He was passing out from the blood loss, not from the actual move. I mean, if you want to show Sammy not giving up but pass out, put him in like a sleeper. Put him in some kind of triangle chokehold. Bring him, you know, like a transmission, one of those type of moves. Cut off airwaves. Don't give him a random ankle lock where there was really no. It's not like Ken Shamrock was working over the ankle throughout the match. That wasn't happening. So, why have him just randomly pass out? That part made no sense. Made no sense whatsoever. So, I don't know. Overall, night one of Rebellion, I give a B+. I really thought the show overall was great. It was just that main event. I was expecting a little bit more, but at the same time, the only thing that I really had to take away from it was, one, he had Sammy lose, which makes zero sense. Shamrock should only be in this company to put people over. Especially somebody like Sammy that you just revamped their character for. He just lost the title. You're going to revamp him. That's cool. But now make his revamption, his gimmick change, make him ruthless and aggressive. And just, he's going to do whatever it takes to beat people. And if you would have put him over on Ken Shamrock, that would have made way more sense. And even if you put Ken Shamrock over, that's fine, but make it to the point where it makes sense that freaking Sammy can't, come to. That's my biggest problem, and I think personally, since that is the main event, that is a huge problem. If you want to make yourself different from the previous regimes in Impact Wrestling, TNA Wrestling, don't do that. Don't make Sammy just pass out. Give him that win. That was very disappointing. Very disappointing. But again, overall, the show was great. I cannot wait to see the next episode. Hopefully some more great matches. But I do have to say, so far, Impact has put on the best empty arena production-wise of the shows compared to AEW or WWE. So, Impact, you guys are still doing good jobs. Love it. So, keep up the good work. And can't wait to watch you guys next Tuesday. So, Impact Nation, peace.